Hopefully everything is going okay on the stream now. Hopefully you can hear me, you can see, and hopefully it doesn't go down again. 15:22 remaining period one. No shots on goal yet. Johnson gets the face off, goes to the boards. Now knee neighbor and Emma Butler on defense. Knee neighbor turns in the corner, sends it to the far side to Butler. Butler gets it up to Moline off of a Tiger player. Moline carries it in cleanly. Elin Dahl now from behind the net sends it to the near side. Knee neighbor plays it back in deep. Dahl centering pass. Caitlin. Oh, and that was so close. I don't know how that one didn't go in. Caitlin and Moline both whacked at it. It went just, may have hit the inner post. Dahl holds at the blue line. Knee neighbor still getting up from that battle. Moline, Johnson. Johnson pulls it up, loose. Sent to the blue line. Knee neighbor holds it in. Shot. Deflects up and over the net. Now Kohler plays it back to Butler. Emma Butler with a shot. Big rebound. Ended up on a Delano stick. She sends it all the way down. Takes out Sonia Moline in the process. She's okay. Gets back up. Offensive zone faceoff coming for the Whitehawks. Okay. If you are just joining us, we had a technical internet difficulty. The internet went down briefly. Maybe, probably everybody else is still joining. Yeah. Penalty on Kohler will put the Tigers on the power play early in the first period. Martino. Greta Bodie pokes it to Callahan. Callahan up the boards. Allie Butler with some force is held by Delano. Now behind the net, Callahan. He moves it up ice. He's going to carry it all the way in. Right inside the blue line, plays it off the boards. Farmer receives. Still bouncing along the boards. This is taking a lot of time. Callahan digs it out of the pile. Skirts the blue line. Gets right back on the puck. This is a penalty kill. Bodie with a shot hits the Tiger. Bounces to the far side board. Now Delano carries it out to neutral. Harmer pestering. Can't get it across center ice. Allie Butler comes in and steals. Allows the Whitehawks to change. Butler with a shot. Now Johnson and Sturgis. Bodie. Johnson pulls it out of the pile. She tries to shoot. Goes just wide left. Now Sturgis chasing. Bodie trying to hold at the blue line on this penalty kill. Great pressure by the Whitehawks. Good kill. Omen gets it up to Caitlin. She sends it in deep. Whitehawks chase it into the offensive zone. Still down a player with 25 seconds remaining on the power play for Delano. Delano picks it up at their own blue line. Play it across center ice. In deep to Paholiak. She leaves for Emma Butler. Emma Butler with 8 seconds remaining. Plays it off the boards and all the way down. That'll be the final clear. That will do it for the power play for the Tigers. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. She gets it stolen. Holman now steals right in front of the net. Carries behind. Backhands it off the boards to Kohler. Just off of Kohler's stick. Picked up now at neutral ice by Callahan. Callahan drags it in. Tigers get it clear. Allie Butler receives. Plays it off the boards to Callahan. Callahan's got Harmer with some speed and Delano on the change. Harmer with a big shot. Rebound covered up by the Tiger goalie. I believe their goalie is Guyan. Yep, Savannah. Savannah versus Savannah goaltending night. Williger, Cirillo, Sturgis, Butler and knee neighbor. Williger go down behind the goal line. Butler sends it to Carrillo, and that Carrillo just offside. Williger hadn't got back out yet. I don't know. Didn't know if you didn't see her or what. Face off in the neutral zone. Williger wins it back to knee neighbor. Knee neighbor sends it in deep. Whitehawks put the forecheck pressure on. Played off the boards. Ali Butler sends it back in. Whitehawks tucks to get back on side. There's just a little steal, but couldn't maintain. Now Ali Butler. Ali Butler. Hazel Sturgis. Sturgis crosses center right. Sends it in deep. Caitlin Johnson comes in with a head of steam. He steals off the near board, far boards. Got Dahl and Moline trying to center. Whitehawks finishing a defensive change. Delano plays it into their own bench. Face off coming inside the offensive zone. Omen and Bodie on defense. 10-10 remaining. Shots on goal now 2 for the Whitehawks. Delano gets Tally a shot on. Whitehawks control the face-off. Delano with a big steal. Bodie gets back to it, sends it to Dahl, who dumps it in deep. Johnson with some speed again, sees the puck on the boards. Her and Moline both fighting for it. Right out in front to Dahl. Dahl with a chance. It's underneath the goalie. It's loose. Moline with another chance. They're all trying to swing at it. Now Bodie sees the space. She rips it right out, right on, or hit traffic. There's so many bodies in front. I don't know how it could get through. Keelan Dahl plays it back to Omen. Omen with a shot. That hits traffic out front. Now Dahl. And Bodie. Bodie with a big shot. Again, there's tons of traffic. Somebody looking for a loose puck. It's still loose. And finally, the Tiger goalie covers it up. Mayhem in front of the goal. I know. I don't know how they'll count shots on goal for that. Puck probably got through to the goal. Well, they gave us 4 for that flurry. So Whitehawks up to 6 shots. Big shift for the Whitehawks. Now going to be number 1 line. Harmer, Callahan, and Kohler, Emma Butler, and Sky Neighbor. Holiak makes the save and covers it up. Just over 9 minutes remaining in period 1. Scoreless game. Delano does get their first shot on goal. Knee neighbor sends it all the way around. Gets to the blue line. Delano shoots it in. Savannah could see that one all the way through as well as I could. And she puts it in her glove. Face off, controlled by the Tigers. Butler, Emma Butler, put the stick on it, gets it to Callahan, now Kohler. To Kohler, gets it to Harmer. Harmer off the backboard, back to herself, right out in front, didn't get through. Tigers hit hard, but they get a clear, and we're going to get icing on Delano. Good aggressive play by the Whitehawks. Tiger parents wanted a penalty on that sandwich hit, but they're not getting one. It'll be the Terwilliger, Sturgis, and Carrillo line with Allie Butler and Greta Bodie. Carrillo thought about going to Butler, didn't see the space, ends up giving it to Sturgis, who sends it into the corner. Now Carrillo. Puck squirts free. Delano Tiger forward is there. They start to move it up ice. Whitehawks have the numbers. Slide it all the way in on Savannah. She sticks it into the corner. Now loose puck picked up by Bodie. She sends across to Sturgis, who makes a good move. She puts a nice low shot on. Big stick save. Rebound. Comes out in front. Greta Bodie with a shot. Goes wide. Now the puck squirts free. Bodie and Butler and a Delano player on a foot race. Greta Bodie gets to it first. He leaves it back for Allie Butler. Allie Butler off Savannah on a stretch pass that goes all the way down. Johnson and Dahl out there. Now Dahl picks it up off the wall. Centering pass went right through the paint. Now Omen behind the net to Dahl. And they're going to blow the whistle down because the goalie was taken out of the net. Wouldn't have gone. Even if it went in, it would have not been a goal. I don't know. Yep. So they'll get the clock reset to the correct time. I put 9 seconds back on. 7:16 remaining. Power play on the board. Whitehawks on the penalty kill. Last penalty kill was probably went in favor as far as zone pressure to the Whitehawks. Callahan, Kohler, Emma Butler, and Marion Omen. This is Callahan off the board. Not ice! Can't ice it on a penalty kill. I mean, you can ice it. Omen at neutral. Lays it off the boards up in the air. Lizzie Callahan. Delano finally digs it out, carries it in. Shot from a distance. Big save by Boholiak. Kohler sends it all the way down. They almost caught the other team on too many players. The player was still coming off the boards. Callahan now by herself out in front. Shot. Oh! Just whistles over the top of the net. Emma Butler holds the zone. Minute gone on the penalty. Good kill again so far for the Whitehawks. Icing on Delano. Definitely not the play you want to have when you're on power play. Whitehawks will take it. Offensive zone faceoff coming. Going to be Harmer, Johnson, me neighbor, and Allie Butler. Delano wins the faceoff. Whitehawks putting pressure on. Caitlin with a steal. She's pushed down. In a battle just inside the blue line. Caitlin and neighbor come away with the win on that battle. Now Georgia Harmer in the corner. There's a leave it. It's to Caitlin. She tries to shoot. Hits traffic. Johnson with it. Play to the blue line. Caitlin's still battling. Trying to center. Needs the center. Caitlin with a really good battle. Finally gets it out. Georgia Harmer with a stick on it. Great battle from Caitlin. Puck bounces up and into the Whitehawk zone. Caitlin back to it. Caitlin circles the net. Plays it back to Butler. Allie Butler now picks it up and sends it around. Delano Tigers send it back in. Power play over. Centering pass. Loose puck out in front. Still loose. Kohler got a stick on it. Bouncing in the air. Everything gets reset. They did say it was back to 5-on-5. So penalty must. Williger, Gorillo, Sturgis, Omen, and Bodie. Omen chases in the corner. Gets it to Sturgis. Sturgis to Williger. Williger carries it into the zone. Good play by Alice. With somebody in front. Addie was chasing her. Delano now with a steal. And send it in. Easy save for Boholiak. Bodie's pushed into the boards. Tigers are offsides. Cross ice to Omen. Omen with a stretch past the Gorilla. Just a little bit too much on it for her. Now Omen on the near board. Yeah, icing on the White House. It'll be Johnson, Moline, Dahl, Emma Butler, Dining Neighbor. Butler and Moline change positions. Caitlin wins the face-off, sends it into the corner, centering pass. Comes out to Dahl now. Dahl gets it to the blue line. Butler, Caitlin, back to Dahl. Now Caitlin, Johnson, give it a shot. Dahl, centering play, carries it around, sends it to Allie Butler. Tries to get it back to Dahl, does. Back to Butler. Shoot it. Emma decides to take the shot. Rebound, picked up by Caitlin with a shot. Another save. Now Moline gets it to Dahl. Just couldn't get the handle on it. Now Allie Butler sends it back in. Just out of the zone. Whitehawks got to get back on side. Delano tried to ice it. Harmer had other plans. Emma Butler off the boards. Harmer out of the reach of Kohler. Too many players? Too many. Power play coming for the Whitehawks. Delano. That's a couple times they've almost been Surfside. Northwest Tonka Lions Club, the Foss Swim School, Goldar Denali Custom Homes, that's Brothers and Sons, State Farm Office, Colin Charleston, and Chi Chi's Restaurant. Whitehawks power play. Been a strong one this year. Marion Omen with a big shot, pad save. That one sent all the way down. Koviak tried to clear. Delano intercepted. Now Omen picks up the loose puck. Tried to get it to Callahan. Intercepted. Whitehawks get it in deep. Harmer off the boards to Butler. Butler's shot hits the stick. Sent all the way down. Allie Butler is going to skate it up. Gets it to Harmer right at the blue line. Harmer looking for the pass back to Butler. Now Omen. Omen to Callahan. Callahan, Butler. Shot hits the Delano player in the back. Squirts to the far boards. Callahan holds it in. Now sent around to the near side. Bree Kohler. Omen, Butler couldn't decide who was grabbing it there. Omen stops it out just outside the blue line, carries in, shoots. Nice low shot, pad save. Harmer had to get to Kohler, got through her. Now Delano picks it up, sends it in. Emma Butler now, excuse me. Tried to play it over to Kohler, hit Omen in the back. 1 minute remaining in the first period. Emma Butler. Greta Bodie. He carries it in. He's Harmer, break it to the net. Loose puck. Finally covered up. 40 seconds remaining. Shots on goal now 11 for the Whitehawks, 8 for the Delano Tigers. Williger, Gorillo, Sturgis, Neighbor, and Emma Butler. Tigers go on the face-off. Held in by Neighbor. He sends it in deep to Terwilliger. Gorillo, part of the battle. Gets it out to Terwilliger. Williger back to Neighbor. Her shot. Puts the Delano Tigers. Now Addie Gorillo in the battle. Back out to the blue line. New neighbor to Butler. Emma Butler with a shot. Stick saved. Rebounds loose. Tigers pick it up and they clear. They'll take an icing with 6 seconds remaining in the first period. Whitehawks will have just enough time for a face-off win and a quick shot. Face-off won by the Whitehawks. Now Nienaber shoots. Big save. I've had a chance, but this is the play the Whitehawks wanted. Goalie just made a good save. That'll do it for period one. Pretty even game. Whitehawks definitely had the advantage. Power play is probably the difference. We'll be back for period two in just about 15 minutes. All right, we're back. Period 2 about to get underway. In case you're wondering, Whitehawks have I think I said 10-8-3 record. 3 games remaining in the season. You have Farmer, Kohler, Callahan, Allie Butler, and Sky Neighbor now. Puck is dropped. Whitehawks in the offensive zone. Callahan retrieves behind the net. Sees Farmer. He couldn't pull the trigger. Puck off the glass. Cross center ice. Dumped in by Delano. Now in the far corner, they send it back to the near corner. This time the Whitehawks are going to get it. Neighbor tries to poke it out. Farmer helps her out. They send it all the way down. No icing. The puck held at the blue line by Butler. Allie Butler sees Kohler out in front. She takes a swing at it, goes just wide. Well, out to the blue line, Omen on. Has to play it through neutral. Callahan. Callahan, too many players on the ice. Whitehawks will go on the penalty. Addie Garillo going to serve the penalty. Can be Harmer, Johnson, Omen, and Bodie. Virgil Harmer at the face-off circle. One by Harmer. Omen picks up the puck. She carries it up with some speed. She's got wheels too. Gets by one player. Carries all the way in. Shot. Big save. Blocker save. Up into the glass. Whitehawks back on this penalty kill pressure that they had last time it was a power play. Caitlin back to Greta Bodie. Greta Bodie puts a shot right on. Rebound comes all the way out. Omen picks it up, shoots. Another rebound. That's the third shot on goal this penalty kill. Omen still with it. Circles the dots. Goes back into Bodie. And Delano gets a stick on it. Clears it out. Now Omen off the boards. Won't be icing as we're on the penalty kill. Not the first time we've seen that this game. Al Harmer in the corner. Delano clears it out. Control that center ice. They carry it in on side. Drop to the blue line. 53 seconds remaining. Big save. Savannah covers it up. That's the kind of penalty kill we want to see out of the Whitehawks. Like they got 3 or 4 shots on the penalty kill. That'll be Kohler, Callahan, Emma Butler, and Sky Neighbor. We're going to get another face-off. Callahan wins the face-off. Butler. Delano picks it up in the corner. Play back to the blue line. Defense to defense pass. Shot blocked by Callahan. She's free. One-on-one with a goalie. And she leaves it to Kohler, who just stand on it. Everybody thought she was taking the shot, I think, including Bree. That was a fantastic play by Callahan. Emma Butler gets a stick on it. Now Kohler. More offensive zone time for the Whitehawks on the penalty kill. Almost seemed like we had better pressure on the penalty kill than we did on the power play. Callahan carries in. This time falls off the end of her stick. But she sends it to the near boards. Power play over. Another fantastic penalty kill. It'll be the Garillo, Twilliger, and Sturgis line with Greta Bodie and Allie Butler. Twilliger wins the face-off. Back to Butler. Butler carries it, picks up speed through the neutral zone. Knocked off her stick just inside the blue line. Twilliger was there to help. He brings it in deep. Leaves it back for Sturgis. Sturgis comes around the net. Nobody's there. Allie Butler holds at the blue line. Now Gorillo in the corner. Addie Gorillo back to Sturgis. Sturgis sends it around the near side. Get a Bodie. Overskated a little bit. Now comes right back to the Whitehawks. Allie Butler sends it up. It's a Delano player. Now Butler gets back to it. Sends it in deep. Delano's going to change. Allie Butler still handling. Under pressure. Puck trickles in on Maholiak. He jumps on it, covers it up. 12:34 remaining. Shots on goal now 16 for the Whitehawks, 9 for the Tigers. Johnson, Moline, Dahl line. Whitehawks throw on the face-off. Ullman and Emma Butler. Ullman up to Moline. Moline looking for a centering pass. Had Dahl, couldn't get it through. Now Dahl digs it out. Plays it back to Ullman. Ullman back to Dahl. Dahl centers to Caitlin. Loose puck. Didn't get through. Now Dahl back to the blue line again. Marion Ullman. She turns with it. Gets knocked out on the play. Dahl does a good job getting back to it. Looks for the shot. Puts it right on. Loose puck. Out in front. Caitlin. Back to Ullman. Ullman's shot. Pad save. Ullman goes in deep. Now Moline. Caitlin. Caitlin, she's pressured at the blue line. She still battles through. She comes away with it. Looking for the shot. Shot. Big save. Goalie covers it up with no rebound. Great pressure. Couple more shots on goal. 11:40 remaining now. Second period. Whitehawks get to change 5. Armour, Kohler, Callahan, Allie Butler, Sky Neighbor. Puck comes all the way down off the face-off. Delano has to chase, and icing will be the call. Senior night celebration. Whitehawks like to have the win for their seniors. Also help them in the playoff situation. Armour wins the face-off over to Kohler. Kohler sends it in deep. Allie Butler gets his body on it. Now Callahan. Callahan puts it right out in front, hits some traffic. Delano plays it off the boards himself. Kohler pokes that one away. And Allie Butler gets enough on it to give it to Lizzie Callahan. Tried to play it out to Harmer. Comes in deep. Neighbor plays it off the wall. Out to neutral ice. Cross ice pass. Delano battles through that one. Carries it right out in front. Shot. Big save. Rebound. Cleared to the corner. Super good opportunity there for the Tigers. Harmer makes a great play. Oh, and the rebound just wide of the net. Kohler got a stick on it. Went wide. Now it's a scrap in the corner. Delano digs it out. Big flurry for the Whitehawks. Chances both ways. Now Owen dances around with it, gets it over to Bodie. Bodie can't clear. Intercepted nicely by a Tiger stick. Now Ullman behind the net again. Time just carries it out. Cross center ice. Just flew right by that defenseman. Ullman back to Kohler. Whitehawks change a couple of skaters. Kohler with a shot. Loose out in front and hit a skate. Sturgis gets a stick on it. Couldn't pull the trigger. Williger now into the corner. She does all the work. Tried to get it in front. Knocked off her stick. Gorillo and Sturgis. Bodie and Ullman. Bodie just sends it in deep on the far corner. Ullman with a big shot. Stick save. Now Gorillo. Ullman. Ullman sends it in deep. She's going to change. Neighbor on for her now. She gets right into the play. Picked up by Terwilliger at the half board now. Neighbor with a shot. Rebound loose out in front. Gorillo couldn't get a swing on it. Another flurry for the Whitehawks. We got Delano by the heels right now. Delano with 2 shots this period. Whitehawks with about 12. To Johnson, Dahl, Moline, neighbor, Emma Butler. Tigers pull the face off. Moline comes in hard. Caitlin tries the center, sent right back to the near board. Johnson, Moline, Delano comes away with it, gets it to Butler. Butler couldn't handle it, comes down into the White Hawk zone. Butler gets a skate on it. Me neighbors pushed into the boards. Centering pass, broken up by Emma Butler. Plays it out the boards to Dahl. Dahl can't get there. Icing on the White Hawks. 8:40 remaining in the second period. First line on now. Harmer, Kohler, Callahan, Allie Butler, Greta Bodie. Nobody can really control out the face off. Harmer pokes it out of the zone. Nobody can get to it still. Finally, Bodie gets it cleanly. He sends it around the boards. Couldn't get it out. Centering pass. Nobody home. Butler, Bodie. Sorry, that's not Butler. That's Harmer. Not Bodie. It's Harmer. Shot. Goal. 1-0. Delano. Midway through the second period. Sturgis, Twilliger, Grillo, Allie Butler, Greta Bodie. Sturgis behind the net. Uses for Bodie. Bodie, Carrillo, back to Sturgis. Sturgis, back to Bodie. Bodie knocked out the play, but gets it over to Allie Butler. Butler tries to play it around the boards. Carrillo makes a nice aggressive play. Sturgis with a big shot. Face mask saved by the Tigers. Going to come all the way down. Bobiak's going to have to play it. Bodie gets it up to Allie Butler. Sonia Moline on now, too. Stick save. This time, the Tigers are going to ice it. They wanted to change. Now they're going to get it. Moline, Johnson, Saul, Oman, Emma. 7:06 left in the second period. Caitlin wins the face. That's Dahl. Oman, back to Dahl. Oh, that one didn't connect. Saw that play happen before. It worked out well this time. Delano intercepted. Oman with a nice defensive play. Emma Butler. Emma Butler. Marion Oman. Oman with speed. Carries it in. Shot. Holy. Saw that one all the way as it hit her right in the eyes. So it looked like it. Played back to Emma Butler. Butler. Oman. Oman with a floating pass over to Dahl. That connects nicely. You and Dahl handles through traffic. Loose puck. Emma Butler sends it back in. Picked up quickly by Delano. Left at the blue line. Whitehawks get to regroup at center ice. You and Dahl sends it in. Delano player got it in his glove and sends it all the way down. That'll be icing on Delano. 6:07 now remaining in the second period. Armour, Kohler, Callahan. Knee neighbor, Allie Butler. Armour wins the face-off, back to Callahan. Knee neighbor, Allie Butler. Shot, stick save. Armour, back to Callahan. Callahan around to Harmer. Harmer leaves for Butler. It's to Callahan. Butler, shot, bad save. Kicked out to the half board. Knee neighbor. Where's it? It's to Kohler. Kohler. Good play right through traffic. Shot by Butler. Stick save. Covered up by Delano. And Tigers win the faceoff. They send it all the way down. That's going to be icing. Oh, Savannah plays it right before the goal line. No icing. Whitehawks play it out of the zone. That won't be icing as it was tipped. Callahan, Kohler, they do that play all the time. Harmer, goal. Wow, that was a tic-tac perfect goal. Harmer, Kohler, and Callahan. One game, just like that, how things can turn. Well, Whitehawks like to maintain momentum, and so far they do as they bring it into the offensive zone. 5 minutes remaining. As I thought it was. Harmer from Kohler and Callahan, who assists on the goal. Harmer with the goal. Delano clears. Bodie plays it off the boards, just off the Gorilla stick. Sturgis and Terwilliger out there now. Tigers play it off the near board. Get it up to Terwilliger. Whitehawks have numbers if they hustle. Poked away nicely by the Delano defenseman. Sturgis got a stick on that one. Allows Gorilla time to get in there. This time cleared out. Delano's just fine to ice it again. They're getting good at that. Just means they're under pressure. That's their way of getting a break. In the NHL, you wouldn't get the line change. In high school, you do. 4:08 remaining. 31-12 are the shots on goal now. Johnson, Dahl, Moline. Dahl picks it up right off the face-off, sends it just in front of the Delano goalie. Now in the corner. Knee neighbor over to Dahl. Dahl maintains control. Drops it back to Emma Butler. Emma Butler sends it in deep. Comes back to Butler. She sends it into Dahl. Oh, back to Butler again. This time off Moline. Delano picks up the loose puck. Carry it up. Send it in. Knee neighbor. Plays it off the boards. Gets it out. Good strong play there. Would have gone for icing if Delano didn't get the stick on it. Johnson. Emma Butler. Emma Butler. Looking for the pass. High off the boards. The Dahl just behind her. Back out to neutral. Knee neighbor gets it in cleanly. Whitehawks go for a change. Caitlin with Sky. Caitlin now on the corner. Losing my voice. Allie Butler. Bree knee neighbor. Yep. Guess 2 games is too much. Played up ice by the Whitehawks. No icing. Whitehawks got the line change. Lizzie Callahan now. Cross ice to Butler. It's a big open space. Centering play. Broken up by a Delano defenseman. Harmer got Kohler. This pass didn't get through. Now Callahan centers the Kohler. Kohler with a strong play. That one didn't get through, or a big save. Callahan pokes it aside, picks up the puck. And we're going to get a penalty on Delano. Centering play, shot by Kohler. Big save. Power play coming for the Whitehawks. Yep. Yep. Whitehawks will have the power play for nearly the remaining 2 minutes of the period, unless they get a goal, that is. It'll be Sturgis, Moline, Bodie, Neighbor, and Emma Butler. Greta Bodie leads for Emma Butler. Butler to Neighbor, her shot, big toe save. Rebound cleaned up by the Tigers, sent all the way down. Holiak plays it right back out. Delano picks it up inside the zone. Send it around the boards. Now Bodie. Cross ice to Sturgis. Sturgis to Moline. Moline carries in, leaves for Sturgis. Sturgis off the backboard. Moline gets to it on the near side. Neighbor. Puck comes out to Emma Butler. Emma Butler, Sky Neighbor. Back to Butler. Give it a rip, Emma. Emma shot. Blocked. Well, she did it. Butler comes away from that battle. Neighbor. Bouncing puck. Butler helps her out. Now Moline behind the net. Bodie leaves it for Emma Butler, who makes the play falling down. I hope I have a third period in me before my voice is totally gone. Neighbor with a shot pad save. Maybe, yeah. Sturgis. No, I'll take it. Good one, too. Butler. Shot. Big save. 27 seconds remaining in the power play. 32 in the period. Kohler, Harmer, Callahan, Oman, and Allie Butler. Whitehawks need to get that go-ahead goal here late in the period. Take a 1-2-1 lead into the third. Delano wins the faceoff, send it all the way down. Savannah plays it into the corner. Now Allie Butler. Marion Oman. Delano tries to play it up. Oman blocks. This time picked up by Allie Butler. Cross ice to Kohler. Bouncing puck. Play by Allie Butler. That's going to do it. Period 2. Going to the third with a tie game. 1-1. Visit our sponsors. I'd read them, but my voice is gone. So there you go. We'll see you for the third in about 15 minutes. All right, we're back. About ready to start period 3. The first line, Harmer, Fuller, Callahan, Neighbor, and Allie Butler. Delano sends the puck all the way down on the face-off. And I thought about playing it, ends up deciding to cover it. Probably a good play. Delano player was rushing in on her. Delano controls the face-off. Picked up by Callahan. Callahan with Fuller. Fuller gets it across center ice, dumps it in deep. Georgia Harmer now in the corner. Callahan there to help. Fuller joins the fun. Callahan and Kohler. Kohler centering pass right to Butler. That shot pad save. Now Neighbor escapes around one defenseman. Had to get it out in front. Plays it out in front. Goes right on. Goalie saw it. He had to try to cover. Puck was loose. Now played out. Icing on the Tigers. Williger, Grillo, and Sturgis line. What? Omen and Bodie out there as well. Like it's Williger out in front. Loose puck. Nobody could get it. Stuck between the legs of a Delano player. Carrillo grabs. Williger trying to get back up. A little slow. Get it kind of hard. Knocked down on the play. Good breakout pass by the Tigers. They carry it in. Fantastic job defending by Omen. That person never got a shot off. Omen plays it off the boards now to Sturgis. A little behind her. Tigers play it right back out. Bodie plays it to the near side. Sturgis sends it in. Going to finish the line change. Dahl, Johnson, and Moline out now. Moline with some speed. Didn't have it cleanly. Bodie plays it back to Dahl, who sends it out to the blue line. Caitlin gets a stick on it. Moline there to help now. Moline tries to center. Hits a player now into the corner. Only Moline. Gets it out to Omen. Omen with a shot. Caitlin stepped out of the way, got through. Caitlin centering play. He's out to Greta Bodie. Now Omen. Omen back to Dahl. Dahl carries in. Centering play goes right through the blue paint. Delano has enough. Icing again. The only way they're getting line changes right now, all Whitehawks start the third period, just as we started the last 2 periods. Whitehawks just got to get the go-ahead goal. They're getting the chances. Tigers goalie been equal to the task. Armour, Kohler, Callahan now. Emma Butler, Sky Neighbor. Butler, Kohler. Kohler, she carries it in. She stick handles across the blue line. For a centering play, comes right out in front. Callahan was tied up, or she could have pulled the trigger. Tigers play it out to neutral. Neighbor gets it to Harmer this time. Harmer's centering pass ends up trickling in on the goal. Ooh. Kohler crashes into the net. Tigers get the whistle. More chances for the Whitehawks. Now up to 40 shots to 13 for Delano. Senior night celebration prior to the game. Seniors looking for a win tonight. That's the Neighbor. Emma Butler with a shot. Deflected up and over the net. and we're going to get a penalty on the Whitehawks. Kohler getting a little bit too aggressive. Again, we talked about that the Holy Family game. Being aggressive is sometimes what you got to do to win these games. These aggressive teams, got to play them aggressive. Usually the team with the most intensity, the one that comes out ahead. Harmer, Callahan, Bodie, Allie Butler. That shot sails over the goal. Second shot. Third shot. Power play goal for the Delano Tigers. Two one Delano. This team's kind of a rival of the Whitehawks just because they neighbor so closely. Not for reasons like they rival Orono, but they've always had a pretty strong rivalry. Always have good games. Shot by Gorilla, covered up by the Tigers goalie. Williger, Sturgis, Gorilla. Williger wins the face-off. Back to Butler. Butler's shot, he directed out front. Williger trying to get a shot off. Odie stayed a little bit long there. Comes out of the zone. Allie Butler sends it back in. Couple players run into each other at the blue line and go down. Delano sends it deep. They go for the line change. Right to Bodie now. Up to Guerrillo. Set right on by Delano. The Holy Axe is going to cover it up. 12:34 remaining in third period. Johnson, Moline, Dahl, Holman, and Emma Butler. Face off, won by the Whitehawks. Holman puts her player to the boards. Caitlin sends it across to Dahl. He's hit right inside the blue line. Now Caitlin with it again behind the goal. Plays it up to Moline. Let's bounce the pass. Delano does the cover. Moline tried to get a stick on it. Delano sends it in deep. Mary Noman plays it back to Emma Butler. Emma Butler to Sonia Moline. There's a good stretch pass. Will not be icing. Sonia got a piece of it. Caitlin should be right in front of the goal by the time that comes back up. Dahl. Mary Noman sends it off the board. Comes to the far side of the goal. Moline sends it back behind the net. Tigers carry it out. That will be icing on Delano. Will allow the Whitehawks to change. Kohler, Harmer, Callahan, Neighbor, and Allie Butler. And home. Whitehawks doing the face-off. Callahan with the puck. Shot, big save. Rebound, gathered up by the Whitehawks. Harmer uses it for Kohler. Kohler circles the net. Back to Neighbor. Neighbor plays it back to Kohler at the blue line. She sends it in deep. Harmer gets it to Callahan. Callahan to Kohler with a big one-timer. Huge save. Rebound clear to the near boards. Now Callahan gets it to Allie Butler. Nice save by Neighbor. She falls but gets right back up. Keeps the play going. Neighbor sends it back in again. Delano icing. what they're going to do. They have the lead. They take that all night long. They'll do this. They can prevent the Whitehawks from getting another goal or two. Whitehawks might have something to say about that. Williger, Grillo, Sturgis, Bodie, and Omen. Delano controls the face-off. Sends it to the blue line. Greta Bodie sends it right back in. Comes back to Bodie. Big shot. Rebound. Chance. Oh, it just trickles wide. Tigers clear it out. That one will be icing again. And a half, just under remaining. Williger, Sturgis, this time she carries in deep. Comes right around, shoots from a tough angle. Puck still loose. Finally covered up by the Tigers goalie. Another offensive zone faceoff coming for the Whitehawks. Williger to Sturgis. A couple times this has happened already. Ullman was going in deep. Gets back to it at center ice. Now Bodie. Ullman. Ullman's going to carry it in. Or across the red line and sends it in. Now Addy Garillo. Ullman in the corner. They're just covering on D. 2-on-1 for the Tigers. Bodie got a stick on it. Great defensive play there by Greta Bodie. He hits Ullman. Nice and clean. Ullman gets by one. She makes a shot. Goes just wide. Puck out in front. Both the defensemen were in deep. Garillo sends it out to the blue line. Ullman tries to send it in deep. Delano intercepts. Cross ice pass. Now picked up by Greta Bodie. Sent in deep. Whitehawks get back to it. Johnson, Moline, and Dahl. Moline tried to center. Hit a stick. Now Dahl. Behind the net. Delano. Icing. Yep. I have a feeling we haven't seen the last one of those. It's all right. Whitehawks will take offensive zone faceoffs all night if they'll give them to them. Faceoff pulled by the Tigers after a strong little tie-up. Another 2-on-1 chance. Another good defensive play, this time by Emma Butler. Stretch pass to Dahl, didn't connect. That'll be icing on the Whitehawks. Whitehawks have changed forwards. Armour, Kohler, and Callahan. Emma Butler picks the puck up right off the faceoff. Off the boards, all the way down, icing on the Whitehawks. I think she's just trying to play it off the glass to Callahan. Just didn't get as much bounce off the glass as she was hoping. Tigers win the faceoff. Shot blocked out in front. Centering pass stolen by Callahan. Callahan and Kohler have speed. Callahan gets by one. It's 2-on-1. Kohler out in front now. She gets a shot. Big save. Gets it right back to Callahan. And we're going to get a whistle. And that just came off its moorings. Harmer wins the face-off. Allie Butler with a shot right out in front. Redirected, just wide. Greta Bodie into the corner. Callahan stripped up. That would be a power play for the Whitehawks. Just what the doctor ordered with 8 minutes remaining. Whitehawks like to take lead here. We'll bring it back to 2-on-2. The Omen, Butler, Callahan, Harmer, Kohler. Callahan at the face-off circle. Puck comes through. Omen gets a stick on it. Moves it for Allie Butler. Allie Butler back to Omen. Omen deep to Callahan. Callahan with Omen breaking her shot. Deflects up and over the goal. Kohler back to Butler. Butler. Kohler. Kohler around behind the net. Callahan. Callahan gets a stick on it. Carries around the dots. Still maintains. Centering pass. Kohler with a first chance save. Rebound. Came out. Goalie jumps on it. Makes the save. Two good chances there for the Whitehawks. Delano will change 3 penalty killers. Face off, controlled by the Tigers. Held in at the blue line by Omen. Nice job there. Now sent around the boards. Delano tries to clear, hits their own player. Kohler behind the goal to Callahan. Now Kohler out to Allie Butler. Allie Butler, Kohler. Kohler carries around, shot. Save. 1:02 remaining in the power play. Chances coming for the Whitehawks. Just having a hard time getting one by the goalie. Armour again at the face-off circle. This time Delano keeps the puck, throws it all the way down. Savannah has to play it. Leaves it for Allie Butler. Allie Butler struts past Callahan. Callahan sends it up to Harmer. Whitehawks go to work. Callahan still with it at the half board. Sends it across to Omen. Omen to Callahan, redirected right on. Bad save. Callahan, Kohler. Kohler tries to put that one through for a tip play. Got all the way through. Allie Butler, Omen, Callahan. Callahan leads to Kohler. Back to Kohler. Omen in there deep. He's taken down. Allows Kohler to pick up the puck. Now Allie Butler down to 7 seconds remaining in the power play. Callahan. Some room. Shot. Deflected into the netting. Out of play. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. 49 shots for the Whitehawks, 15 for the Tigers. Terwilliger, Garillo, Sturgis, Neighbor, and Emma Butler. Tigers with the puck behind the goal line. Patty Garillo. There goes Sturgis. Sturgis runs into a wall. Puck comes out to the blue line. Emma Butler holds right at the blue line. Shot. Gets through. Loose puck. Delano lays it around. Held in by Butler. Tigers this time get the clear out to neutral ice. Neighbor picks it up. Turns in the defensive zone. Gives to Emma Butler. Emma Butler to Hazel Sturgis. Bounces off her stick. Shot. Pad saved by Bohoviak. Now out across the blue line. Arno plays it up. Sturgis tries to send it in. Puck is out of play. Face off coming. Johnson, Moline, and Dahl with Bodie and Allie Butler. 5:01 remaining. It's off. But briefly by the Tigers, taken right back by the Whitehawks. They back out. Now sent to the near side. Tigers send it in deep. Dahl waiting for the breakout pass, stretch play. He sees it. Delano takes over. Now Johnson carries in. Shoot! Use it for Bodie. Bodie's shot blocked. Just want the Whitehawks to shoot more. You got a lane, take the shot. Moline, Johnson. Johnson at the half board. Sends it in deep. Only Moline there now. Scrum along the boards. Delano pulls it out of the pile. Makes a pass across. Offside. Stahl slowed her player down just enough. Drew the other player into the zone. Offsides on Delano. Armour, Kohler, Callahan, Oman, and Emma Butler. Bucks score 3. Oman picks it up with speed. Carries in. Cross to Butler. Emma Butler with a shot. That one redirects just wide. Oman. He's knocked down on the play. Held in nicely by Harmer. Callahan. Now Kohler. Kohler sees Callahan. Her shot deflects up and over the net. Harmer. Kohler. Kohler tries to center. Hits a Delano player. Now it comes free. Callahan right out in front. Makes the shot, trickles wide. Kohler picks up that one. He gets ran into. Held it. Just trickles over Omen's stick. Now with 3 minutes left. Armour, Kohler. Kohler carries in. Armour in the corner. Tries to center. This time does. Hits the Delano. And Delano trips up Callahan. Power play coming for the Whitehawks. The first one wasn't what the doctor ordered. This one is. With 2:53 remaining, Whitehawks will go on the power play. 2-1 game. 50 shots on goal for the Whitehawks. 15 for the Delano Tigers. And Larry is going to take a timeout. Sure to visit our sponsors. All heard them. Platinum, Crossroads Financial, Allen Elma Supper Club, Surfside Bar and Grill, Northwest Tonka Lions, Boss Swim School. Old sponsors are Denali Custom Homes, S. Brothers and Sons, State Farm Office of Colin Charleston, and Chi Chi's Restaurant. At our senior night, celebrated all of our seniors. There are 8 of them. Savannah Bohoviak, Maddie Brown, Allie Butler, Izzy Callahan, Emma Covell, Georgia Harmer, Breland Kohler, and Alice Terwilliger were all celebrated before the game, and we'll celebrate a little after the game. Coach is trying to drop a good play, hopefully get the quick goal, bring things even, and then got to get to work to get the next one. Top 5, Callahan, Harmer, Kohler, Butler, and Ullman. So empty net for the Whitehawks. Yeah. Hey, buddy. Back Delano gets it clear. Now Butler. Ullman. Callahan. I don't know. Callahan carries in. Shot. Blocked. Third. That's his zone. Allie Butler. Breland Kohler. Outside. Callahan looked like she was going to the bench. What? Empty net for the Whitehawks. Delano gets the clear. Butler picks up at neutral. Fuller carries in. Fuller, her shot blocked. Save, I mean. Omen now tries to get it in front of the net. Fuller loses the handle. Comes out of his zone. Gotta get a little cleaner, girls. This is Callahan. He carries in, gets by one defenseman. Puck still loose out in front. Shot. Oh, early whistle. Early whistle. Puck went in the net. They're going to say no goal. They thought the puck was frozen. It wasn't. Whitehawks put it in the net, but they blew the whistle. They got an early whistle. The goalie did. Lucky for Delano, the whistle did go. There's no doubt about it. Shouldn't have, but it did. 1 minute remaining in the power play, minute 50 remaining in the game. Unless the Whitehawks can score. Butler to Butler, back to Butler. Butler with a big rip. Emma hammered that one hard. Comes out to the blue line. Allie Butler holds. Sends it to Kohler. Kohler puts it right out in front. Puts in traffic. Armour. Back to Kohler. Kohler to Callahan. Callahan goal! There it is. Power play. Callahan. Power play. Empty net goal for the Whitehawks. Missy Callahan is stoked for that one. Beautiful shot. She hit that one right where it needed to be, and she had some steam on it. Whitehawks tie the game. Savannah goes back in net. That's a new one. I don't remember hearing that siren before. Okay, so maybe overtime coming. Bodie back to Lee Neighbor. Gets in deep. That's going to be icing on the Whitehawks. Callahan from Kohler. Puck goes in deep. Out to neutral. Sturgis gets a stick on it. 1 minute remaining. Williger and Guerrillo. Puck comes out to the red line. Knee Neighbor tries to play it up. Blocked by Delano. Hooking is going to be the call on the Whitehawks. May have been a good hook if she would have been free. Had all kinds of room, but she didn't. Delano. Delano takes the timeout. Drop a play. Delano will be in the power play. It will carry over to overtime. 37 seconds remaining in the third period. Callahan, Kohler, Omen, Allie Butler. Delano wins the face-off, sends it to the near side. That shot comes right on. Callahan tries to clear. Delano gets it back. Delano behind the goal line. Sends it off the back of the net. Ullman trying to battle through it. Callahan receives. Holy bucket. The 2-on-1 now for the Whitehawks, short-handed. Oh, good defensive play by the Tigers. Callahan and Kohler were free. We know we play better on the penalty kill. And that will be a clear. That will be the period. Overtime coming. It'll be a sudden death. 8-minute overtime. We get a couple minutes break before the start. I'll be right back with you. All right. We'll be ready to go here in just a moment. Overtime period. 5-on-5 overtime. However, the Whitehawks are still on the penalty kill for 1:23. Callahan, Kohler, Ullman, and Allie Butler. Delano plays it high off the boards. Kohler in the grab. Sends it around the boards. Perfect timing there. That'll be a clean clear. Callahan putting some forecheck pressure on. She actually gets the steal, puts it right up front. Kohler tried to hammer it home. Tried to backhand it back to Callahan. That was an open chance. They had the opportunity. This time Kohler, he's got it free too. Again, you take it down. slides in slowly on the goalie. Penalty kill, doing it again, getting chances. Offensive zone face-off. And Delano controls on the face-off. They poke it out of the zone. Bouncing puck. Kohler banging at it. Callahan, Omen. Kohler backhands it out to Callahan. Callahan. Omen was looking for the puck. Callahan didn't have it cleanly. Callahan just carries it in. Makes some room for herself. Puts it right out in front. Bad save. Omen now with a shot. Delano goalie makes the save. Another good opportunity on the penalty kill. Whitehawks are going to change to 4. We got too many. Too many. Armour, Johnson, Emma Butler, Greta Bodie. Armour wins the face-off, still fighting to get a clean handle on it. Delano picks it up, carries it out. Cross center ice. Good defensive play by Emma. Now in the corner, Greta Bodie. Back to 5-on-5. We get a power play? Oh, a penalty? Delano goes right back on the power play. However, we seem to be playing very strongly on the penalty kill. Time for a shorthanded goal, it sounds like. Harmer, Johnson, Omen, and Allie Butler. Caitlin on the faceoff. Wins the faceoff. Gets it back to Omen. Omen sends it around. It's going to be held at the blue line. Delano cross ice pass. Now into the slot. Shot doesn't get through. Omen chases in the corner. Harmer tries to get a stick on it. Omen, Caitlin, now Harmer. He gets it out, gets the clear. Over a minute. Oh, it's Caitlin giving chase for the chance. Oh, and she banned on the shot. Oh, God. Damn. Caitlin with the breakaway opportunity, being pressured from behind, just couldn't get the shot off cleanly. That would have been the way to be a hero. I was going to ask who wants to be the hero tonight. Somebody's got to step up and be a hero. Minute and a half remaining in the penalty to the Whitehawks. Got a Bodie in the box. Now going to be Callahan, Kohler, Allie Butler, and Marion Omen. Callahan pulls the face off, sends it into the corner. He gets right back on it. Being pressured hard. But right in front, Allie Butler with a chance. Oh, point blank shot. Saved by the goalie. I don't know how she made that save. There's a number of those she's made tonight, but another shorthanded opportunity. Omen's hit hard. I think it was that Omen, or who was that? I thought it was Marion, but maybe it wasn't. Either way, somebody went down hard, and it was a pretty strong hit. Kohler goes one-on-one. Got Allie Butler, great point. Omen there. Omen gets a stick on it, didn't get all of it. That one sent all the way down. Savannah smartly covers it up with 35 seconds. I think they thought our player did the hitting.
No, our player went down.
No, I think they thought our player hit. She came in hard. It's going to be the Johnson, Harmer, Knee Neighbor, and Emma Butler now. Caitlin wins the face-off, gets it back to Knee Neighbor. She sends it around. That's going to get held again. That's twice the Whitehawks have had that issue. That one comes off a stick. Now we're at the half board. Held it. But Caitlin with a pass. Georgia just gets beyond her reach. Georgia with another chance. Yeah! Woo! Woo-hoo! Farmer finishes the play from the backhand. Wow. Huge win. Whitehawks will take that one to the bank. Wow. Farmer from Johnson. Whitehawks win. That was an extremely important goal. Yeah. Great play. Short-handed goal, just like they've been playing all night. So strong. Unassisted, they called it. Yeah, I don't know. Goalie got a stick on it, I guess, so it would be an unassisted goal. Caitlin did make the play up to Harmer, so we'll take that as an assist. That was a great play by Caitlin. Great finish by Harmer. Whitehawks win tonight. Oh, yeah. Oh, I was like, why did I have... Wow. Here's the celebration. Big, big win for the Whitehawks. That could be the difference between a home section game and a non-section home. Oh, non-section home game. I'm sorry, non-home game for section. So we're back. I don't know, when's our next game? I'll tell you in a moment so everybody can know. There's only a couple left in the season. Next game will be on next Thursday. Whitehawks JV will be playing at or here at Thaler against Hutchinson JV at 5. At 6:30, the Whitehawks varsity team will be playing a makeup game in South St. Paul against South St. Paul. So we'll see you on Thursday. Thanks for watching.